23-year-old man is behind bars for fatally shooting a 24-year-old man. At around 11:45 p.m. on Monday the 9th of October, authorities responded to the Bombshells restaurant and bar located at 13732 East Freeway in Houston, Texas on reports of shots fired. When officers arrived, they found an unresponsive man inside the bar with multiple gunshot wounds, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. The man was identified as Gabriel Aguirre. Investigators identified the suspect as Pedro Zavala. He fled the scene on foot after the shooting. Deputies said that Gabriel and Pedro knew one or two other people who were at the bar at the time. Authorities said that Pedro pushed Gabriel during a verbal altercation, and as Gabriel regained his balance and walked towards the suspect, Pedro shot him in the face with a pistol. Pedro continued shooting Gabriel, hitting him several times in the torso and head. At 3:20 a.m. on Tuesday morning, while investigators were still at the bar, Pedro called the Harris County Sheriff's Office and asked to surrender to deputies. He was arrested at a gas station about a mile and a half away from the bar. Pedro is charged with murder and unlawful carrying of a weapon, and he's held at the Harris County Jail on a $600,000 bond. This isn't Pedro's first run-in with the law. Pedro was out on bond in another case after being accused of threatening to shoot a woman's dog and resisting arrest last month. Part of the bond condition was that there was a 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. curfew, and Pedro wasn't supposed to have been out when the shooting happened. Pedro has previously been convicted of aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. Officials said that Pedro has one child in the Houston area and has not been working due to an injury. The investigation into the matter continues. 43-year-old Charles Lee Dawson is behind bars for fatally shooting his 32-year-old partner Kerry Michelle Billings. The incident occurred at 4:58 a.m. on Monday the 9th of October at a home at 990 Stony Ridge Road in Bluefield, West Virginia. One of two juveniles living at the residence called 911 to report a stepfather Charles had shot a mother Kerry in the head. When officers arrived at the premises, they found Kerry deceased from a gunshot wound and took Charles into custody. While at the residence, investigators learned that one of the juveniles audio recorded an argument between Charles and Kerry before the shooting. Within the audio, Charles yells at Kerry, telling her, "You get the death sentence for what you did to me. I'm going to split your head," he said before a gunshot is heard. Investigators found an AR-15 rifle at the residence. During an interview with detectives, Charles said that he believed that Kerry had been with another man. They'd been arguing, and at one point he grabbed the firearm and doesn't remember what happened after. The next thing he remembers is holding a foot. Charles is charged with first-degree murder and is held at the Southern Regional Jail with bond denied. The investigation into the matter continues. A couple of behind bars are accused of abusing a newborn girl who was hospitalised with multiple broken bones and bite marks. On the 1st of August, detectives responded to the Phoenix Children's Hospital in Arizona after a 2-month-old girl was brought to the hospital with several fractures and bite marks on her arm and leg. The child's parents, 24-year-old James Lawson and 21-year-old Stephanie Comfabay, were interviewed but reportedly could not explain the child's injuries. Investigators obtained a search warrant on their cell phones and found pictures of injuries of the child dating back to the 1st of July. The injuries consisted of bruises to the face, swelling to an eye, bloody lip and an abrasion on the forehead. Investigators say that after examining data on James's phone, he previously searched if you choke baby hit the head get lump and can you put ice on newborn head. James claimed that the injuries were from the child fighting him and scratching herself. Before the newborn was brought to the Phoenix Children's Hospital on the 1st of August, Stephanie took the child to a paediatrician for a swollen leg. While at the paediatrician's office, James told Stephanie do not tell anyone and to keep her mouth shut about the child's injuries. James became mad because the baby was taken to the Phoenix Children's Hospital in an ambulance. Stephanie rode with the child, leaving their car at the doctor's office. Stephanie later told police she witnessed James abusing the child. When the victim would cry, James would grab the victim by the jaw area with both hands, squeeze the mouth shut, lifting the victim by the jaw area, causing the victim to dangle, while stating that he knew what he was doing. Stephanie said she stopped asking James about the child's injuries because he'll get upset and become defensive. Authorities said that all of this took place for an entire month, yet Stephanie did not report or stop James, causing the victim to obtain further more severe injuries. On Thursday the 5th of October, James and Stephanie were arrested and booked into the Maricopa County Jail on 3 counts of child abuse. Peoria police said that the baby is out of hospital and is in the custody of Department of Child Safety and is expected to make a full recovery.